Hi, my name's Brenda Brathwaite.
And I'm Tom Hall.
And with your help, we really want to make an old school RPG.
And possibly two.
We both love making old school RPGs and playing them, as you can see on the wall behind us. For us, this was the super heyday of making games. Today's RPGs are epic. They are wonderful. But somehow they're also a little bit less...
Old school RPG?
Yeah, less old school RPG-ish. So we thought it would be amazing to get together to make something that was an old school RPG. With old school RPGs, the adventure began with the box, and nobody in my mind had this better than the Ultima series. So, for instance, you open up the box in Ultima, and the first thing you get is, everybody knows this, this is the amazing cloth map that you'd get. And there were often other trinkets in the box, and the first thing you would do is go through the box to find out all the cool stuff that you got. And that's something our old school RPG is also going to have. So we'd love the chance to make an old school RPG again with you.
Yeah, really old school one, because, you know, today's games, some of them are just like, sort of like a movie that you just occasionally press a button during.
Tom and I got our start back in the late 1970s with a great old D&D.
We'd like to create a game.
Or two games.
Or two games that we'd like to make and play.
Hi, my name's Brenda, and I've been lucky enough to make games professionally for over 30 years. I got my start in the early 80s working on the Wizardry series of classic fantasy role-playing games. Eventually I moved on and worked on the Realms of Arcania series, the Jagged Alliance series, and even the D&D series. For me, RPGs have been not only a labor of love, but absolutely a calling.
Hi there, I'm Tom Hall. I'm one of the co-founders of id Software. We made Wolfenstein and Commander Keen and Doom together, and then I made Rise of the Triad, and most appropriately for this, Anachronux. It was a really, really fun RPG to make, and all in all, I've made about 60 games, brought them to the finish line, and I'd love to do that for an RPG with Brenda for you.
At Loot Drop, we have a whole team of experienced game developers excited to make the old school RPG. And we're hoping you'll help us reach our stretch goal. There, we'll make two RPGs. I'll make one, and Tom will make one, each with separate worlds, characters, stories, and a completely different look.
2-for-1 RPGs. It's up to you.
What kind of RPG are we going to make? Well, a classic old school RPG, first and foremost, has to have an epic story. You want to create your characters from the ground up and perfect them as you go, level by level, so that they can meet all the NPCs, monsters, and the demands of the worlds exactly the way you want them to.
And we know a lot of you are hardcore players, so there's going to be a permadeath mode. And the game will notice how hardcore you actually are. Plus, if we get enough money with your help, we're going to make two RPGs. Oh yeah. There's a whole bunch of really cool rewards. Just check them out on the side of the screen.
Of course, everybody gets a copy of the game, and the reward that we're most excited about is the You Really Are the Boss edition.
Yeah.
Here, check this out.
That's right.
That's right, me and Tom and John will actually drive the game to your house and deliver it to you on a red velvet pillow on a red carpet. That's how bad we want to make this game.
Really?
We absolutely want to make a game for you, and we need your support to do it. It's about love for the genre, and it's not about the money.
Well, it's kind of about the money.
But it's the only way that old school RPGs can get published right now.
Yeah, big publishers are too busy making safe sequels. I mean, you want to play an old school RPG, and we want to make an old school RPG, so this is kind of win-win.
So let's make an old school RPG together. And if we get your support, we'll even be able to make 2 old school RPGs.
Think of that, 2 old school RPGs. We're excited. Let's do this.
I think they are brilliant, and I can't wait to play it.